Hello children, welcome to Narayana Digital Classes where learning never stops. So today I am going to discuss revision assessment number 1 of class 6th class. The topic is rain, where does it come from? So in this the first question is, explain the relationship between the heat of sun, explain the relationship between the heat of sun and evaporation. Heat of sun and evaporation. So what is the relation between the heat of sun and evaporation? So generally the ponds or lakes or seas, if you take the rivers, so what happens? So because of sun rays, because of sun energy, water gets evaporated. Water gets evaporated. So if heat is more, the sun heat is more, that means due to heat of sun is more. If more is the heat, more is the evaporation. So more is the evaporation. That means sun heat is directly proportional to evaporation. Sun heat is directly proportional to evaporation. That means the process of changing of water into its vapor is nothing but its evaporation. It's a evaporation. Clear children? Right. The next we'll move to next question. How are clouds formed? Explain. How are clouds formed? Explain. So now only we discuss it. That means ponds or lakes or rivers, that means water because of sun rays, that means sun heat, water gets evaporated. That means these water small bubbles, that means small pieces of these water molecules can go to height and they will form a combination of all these water molecules together and form a cloud. That means the group of water molecule in the atmosphere is nothing but a cloud. That means the water vapors enters into the air through a process of evaporation, and this water vapor condenses. That means vapor gets converted into liquid. That process is called condensation. That means evaporation, again condensation into small droplets due to the contact with a cool air. So a cool air, because of cool air the condensation happens. Because of cool air the condensation happens at a higher level. So these tiny droplets remain floating in air at higher levels of atmosphere and appears as a clouds. When temperature is suddenly drops, what happens when the temperature is suddenly drops? These water molecules converted, that means these clouds converted into water molecules, and again it falls in the form of small droplets that we call as rain. So clear? Right. This is what how the clouds are formed. Clear? And next we'll move to next question. How do you appreciate the contribution of water cycle making water available from various needs of plants and animals? So once again I am reading the question. How do you appreciate the contribution of water cycle? So first of all, what is water cycle? So what is water cycle? Now all the water is available in the stocks like ponds and rivers and seas. That means water gets evaporated, and that means evaporation and condensation. Again what happens? Because of sudden cooling, again these clouds forms in the terms of rains. So because of evaporation and condensation, this cycle is nothing but water cycle. So what happens when the rain falls on the earth? So what happens? Because of this water, that is the main source. So because of this, all plants and animals all are taking this water and they will living freely. That means the process of conversion of water into its vapor is known as its evaporation. Again, the sudden cooling of that vapors, that means condenses in the form of liquid, that is called condensation. The evaporation of water takes place continuously from the oceans and rivers and other bodies. This water vapor becomes a part of atmospheric air. That means this total chain is called a water cycle. The water vapor present in the air moves into different places along with wind. When the vapors reach to certain height, they will get cooled and turn into a very tiny particle of water droplets, right? And these droplets becomes visible to us in the form of clouds. Ultimately those water comes down to the surface in the form of rain. This process of conversion of vapor into water is known as condensation. Now only we discussed. That means the circulation of water by evaporation and condensation in this manner is known as water cycle. In this manner is known as water cycle. As a result, this water cycle is made available in the various needs of plants and animals, because if no water, there is no chance of that means the plants will never grow, and also animals and also human beings. That means water is the necessary thing to grow the plants and animals and human beings. Clear, children? This is the water cycle and the use of water. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.